you, and I think it would be good for you to try your best and say, man, I get that you have problems with me, but try to come to terms with Vaughn and Anna. There are a few people who are just trolls who are out there to fuck with you, and they're not going to go away, right? But there are a few people who are actually who would probably listen to and consider a conversation where you just try to come to terms and say, I don't want you mad at me, I don't want to be mad at you, I don't want to fight with you, I think you're a good writer, et cetera, et cetera. There are other people like JDA that you'd be spitting in the wind. There's no reason to do that for somebody like him, but there are a couple of people that it might be worth trying. And if not, you know what I mean? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I have been. That's the part. That's the reason I want to sort of retreat for a bit and just sort of be away, because I've honestly from my fucking heart of heart, Ethan's, I'm trying really hard to get along with folks. I'm trying to be funny and entertaining, and I'm trying to be in good humor despite this stuff. Last night there was a whole bunch of shit that went on with Katie, right? The big fucking load of crap. I was watching over that as I was being criticized. I was attacked over I was called a bad father by her, other stuff like that, which was hurtful. But it was sent to me live, and so I was like, ooh. And during the stream, she was again sort of browbeating me and stuff, and I took it. I took the criticism. I went, okay, all right. And then as things went on, it's because I honestly like Katie, Ethan. I honestly like her, and it's like it got to sort of the 2/3 of the way through the stream, and she came into the chat, and I said, you know what? Like, I was looking at how stressed out and shit she was on the video, and I feel like she's going through what I went through. Like, when I look at her and hear how her voice is and her drained energy, I'm like, I know that, you know? And so I said, like, come on. And I brought her on, and we laughed, and I made jokes, and I said, look, we can get along despite our difference of opinions. We're all friends and everything, right? And I said, it's all good. I said, there's no more beef. We're all not going to let it go. Look, Katie, we're all good. Like, you can go watch the stream, right? Go watch the end of the stream. It was all happy and good. And then I ended the stream. I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning. I said, hey, Katie, you doing okay today? Sending prayers.
Checking in on Katie. Yeah, because it is hard. She goes through a lot too.
Yeah, first thing I thought of, because I'm not doing YouTube. I genuinely care about this girl. And so, I'm like, are you okay? And she didn't respond to that. It said seen, and then nothing. And then next thing I know, I get sent this message by Golden Bat, who's a excellent member of the chat. It's like, why is Katie, supporting all of this and that? And I'm like, what? So
oh my God.
And so I'm like, there's this giant wall of insanity from Vaughn.
Yeah.
And Katie's going prayers and hearts and love. And it's like all of this condemnation of me that's literally just vitriolic, and 90% of it is lies and libel, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so wait a minute. So I checked in on you and asked if you're doing okay. You read that and ignored that. And then you went over to your channel, read a giant fucking mush-mouth, mind-melted fucking diatribe of what a horrible human being I am. And then you liked that and left a comment on that. How am I meant to interpret that anyway? And then when I sent the message to her, before I even did any reaction, Ethan, I sent her the screenshot. I said, Katie, how am I supposed to react to this? How am I? We just reckoned. How are we supposed to? How am I supposed to react? She's like, well, I'm mad at you and all this. I was just like, why? We literally lost, our last conversation was, oh, we're going to get along now. Everything's good. We're Comicsgate united, Comicsgate strong, happy, laughing. This. I literally went to sleep. Everything was good. Woke up. You hate me. You didn't tell me in private, hey, Liam, I'm mad at you or anything like that. You didn't I just don't know what to do. Honestly,
well, yeah, there's the lack of respect for you that I see, where it's just they're like, Ethan, I know you like Liam because you have obvious sympathies for autistic people, and Liam's autistic. I don't think you're on the spectrum. I actually just like Dino King, and I think you're pretty funny when you stream and when you're working. So there is no basic. There's a lack of respect for you from the outset. It doesn't seem like if they have a problem with you, they're going to come to you and say, you know, hey, let's talk this out. Which is unfortunate. I
But I
really don't know
expected
where it
that from
leaves you.
Kate. But I expected that from Katie. You know what I mean? It's like,
From
why come
Katie,
on?
why?
Well, because I thought we were friends.
Oh, I see. You expected grace and kindness from Katie.
Yeah, I thought I expected like like I've treated her with pretty much this entire time, and there's been multiple instances where she's again put out this like anti-Liam stuff, and then just sort of said, oh, I didn't mean it like that, I'm just a clipper and all of this. So okay, and I sort of looked the other way, and it sort of gets to a point where I honestly had multiple people coming to me who are pretty level-headed, neutral people like Golden Bat, and they're like, why is Katie doing this stuff? Why is this happening? And I'm like, I don't know. And like things like where, like on the stream last night where I was sent a stream I'd never seen, where it had been clipped with her going on about me being a bad dad and stuff. I was like, if you felt this way, why didn't you? Like, I'm a first-time father. You know what I mean? Like, if you think this thing, instead of saying in front of your whole audience, why didn't you tell me in private? And, you say you're my friend. You say I'm your friend, Liam.
Well, I mean, when Katie says stuff like when Katie came out against you, like she seemed to do it sadly, like she was unhappy to do it, unhappy to have to sort of walk away from you or something. I don't know how you would describe what she's doing, but there is a lot of pressure from people like Von Klaus, obviously, to disassociate from you or denounce you. So I don't know if that's why Katie did it. I'm not sure. She says it's a long story.
Yeah, well, I don't know either. I just know that like
she's mad that you have your kid on streams. She said that's not a reason to hate Liam. It's just it's dangerous behavior, but he's not doing that. That's not a reason to hate Liam.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hurt by this, and I don't want to be the center focal source of what's going to happen, because like I know that like she's bringing in like a bunch of people who don't have her best interests at heart. She's like, I don't like when you talk down to me. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm honestly fucking not. I don't think she's an idiot. I just think that she's got dirt worms in her ears, and she's going to end up copping the fate that so many other people have. And I want to see her do better. I want to see Comicsgate do well. I want to believe that there's a possible way that we can build a pathway up for newer creators so that they can be here and have their voices heard and make great stuff. And for that, we need a friendly, welcoming, space, not one that's ruled by people that are trying to dominate who can and can't be here and control everything and like attack people. It's not going to work out well. And that's the people she's cozying up to. And it's like, well, you're choosing them over me. She said, I don't want to choose sides. And I'm like, well, you've already done it by your actions multiple times, and you're going to have to pick sides. Like, I tried to not pick sides, and I got screwed. I didn't want to fight with War Campaign, so I was with War Campaign. I didn't want to fight with Comicsgate, so I was with Comicsgate. And all that happened was everyone ended up hating me. All I've tried to do is be respectful to as many people as I can. And I fuck up. I get angry at people eventually. I snap. But like, honest to fucking God, Ethan, I don't want to fight with people. And I don't want to make blood sports. And I like, everyone's just telling me, just do your book. That's all I want to fucking do, man. And
I understand. Even Katie in the chat is going, she doesn't even know what to say. She's saying, because we have disagreement. Well, that's not a reason. I have disagreements with John. I had a big disagreement with Cecil this morning. We're still friends. It was a fight. We had a big argument. It's no big deal at all, and I only did it to get him super chats anyway, which worked. It doesn't matter. It's not a reason. I disagree with this person, so I'm going to throw them in the garbage can. It's just not how we're supposed to work around here.
And I don't want to be the guy that says to and I never will be. Say you can't talk to this person. Like that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm actually about at all. Right? Like, you can be friends with anyone you want to be, do whatever you want to do. It's just like, if you're telling me you're my friend, then please show me proper courtesy and respect like I would show you. And like, you don't see me like, I don't have like Lord Raptor on my channel screaming about her, doing stuff with dogs, because I find it abhorrent. You know what I mean? But I'm not afforded the same courtesy. So I'm like, okay. She's like, well, I'm a clip channel. I'm like, well, fair enough. But then why are you liking all of these incendiary comments towards me? Like, you know, like why are you?
That's a big deal. Like people don't understand. Like, when you have a cordial relationship with someone, and then there are people out there that are talking crazy, hateful shit about you, and you just click like on it, like that has caused problems. I mean, just clicking like has caused problems in the past. And then
Yeah,
people can go, "What? I just click like. I didn't." We've been through that bullshit before. That passive
exactly.
aggressive bullshit. Some people might remember, some shithead named Rob Casey did that to John Malin just days after John promoted his comic book
Yeah,
on his channel. It is kind of, you're sending a message that it's disrespectful, it's hateful, it's fucking. It means you're aligning with uh, someone's detractors, and if there's no real reason to do that. There's no real reason to do that. I like when Katie is on Team Leem, Frog Tony is on Team Leem. Um, it would be good if you guys could work things out.
I
But
like when everyone's getting along, man. Like that's all I want. You know, that's all I fucking want. But like, look at what happened the last time I tried to sort of say like, can we all get along? It made everything so much worse. I don't want to make that same mistake. You know what I mean?
you want to take a break, and I hear you, man. Maybe that's the right thing to do. I'm telling you this. This is all I can say is, man, you're in CG Kings. I fully understand that there are people who really want me to throw you out of Comicsgate Kings, and that is their goal. And I've been through this. I've been doing this long enough at this point that I can recognize that, identify those people, but and what their motives are. My thing is, don't strike anybody, don't strike any channels. That's all I want. That's my prerequisite for the status quo, and then we're cool. You know that. I know that you're your own man. You're going to do what you want to do.
That's right. But I respect your opinion, and I respect my like again, like I said, Maelstrom. I think you guys like my sort of senior classmen. I look up to you guys a lot, and I know that's so gay. I do.
Liam, I appreciate that, but listened very carefully. You've been here for a long time. You have taken a beating. Even from me, we were fighting for a while. You've taken a beating. You're still here. I believe that, like, you believe in indie comics and want people to be able to make indie comics. I think you're sincere about that. So you've earned your spot here. You've been here since the very start. You are a senior class member, and I hate to see you take a little break, but I completely understand. Your spot is we're holding your spot in Kings, and you should know that. You pop in there whenever you want to come draw, make a little money on Mondays. You're always welcome. I will always make room for you to join us.
I've got something cool that I can show you in a bit. It's going to take a few more days, but it's been.
You want to see this?